Hey, here we are at the Riverwalk again. It's 4th of July. Extremely hot and humid. And not too many people out here. But what I want to talk about today, I hope that I can get through it okay because I'm not, have not prepared too much. But basically, this is about opinion. So you hear quite a bit about opinion today, and opinions being divisive, dividing people, and everybody having their own opinion, having the right to their own opinion, and basically opinion until the sun blows up. And I had a conversation yesterday with a fella, nice guy, and we talked about a lot of things, and part of it was he used the word belief. I believe this, believe that, or other people do. And he talked about opinions quite a bit also. And what I would like to say about opinions is that opinions, by definition, don't represent reality. They don't represent a fact. They don't. Basically, they're taking a stand, which, in a psychological sense, is engineered, designed to serve the holder of the opinion. So basically, someone can say, oh, this is my opinion, and therefore this is me, whether it works or not, is based in reality, or is provable, or is knowable. None of that matters because this is an opinion. So, for example, in politics, you can have people holding an opinion that this system is better than that system, right, left, whatever. And of course, they're not holding this opinion in isolation. They are grouping together with other people who we share the opinion. And of course, what happens with politics, reactionary partisanship, is that people will take a very simplified position on some issue or all issues without any kind of depth of understanding of how the mechanics of how any of the systems work. So someone could say, well, I'm against, government giving money to people or helping or social programs or libraries or whatever it is. But they don't have a clear understanding of how any social systems work, because of course they're incredibly complex. Now, I've talked about systems before, general systems theory, that small systems function the best, large systems tend to function in failure mode. Well, our technological based civilization is basically functioning in failure mode. It may appear to, spider on me, may appear to give the illusion that it is, working day to day, but of course, you can look at indicators like climate change and resources and other things and see that it is not. Although these sorts of things continue, cultures, civilizations continue until basically things are exhausted and everything collapses. So the thing about opinions is, like, can you exist without holding opinions? And my opinion, no, I'm kidding. The truth is, yes, you can, and that is the best way to solve problems. Because all the opinion is a quick, easy psychological fix to make you feel that you are knowledgeable, expert, have the answers, can solve problems. Only the issue is no one's listening to me. No one's listening to my opinion. So the reason the world is in such chaos is basically because people aren't listening to my opinion. So But there's opinion and then there's also belief, you know, and with religion is full of belief. It's a belief system, of course. And what I pointed out to this fellow that I met was that a belief is taking someone else's word for something, no matter where it came from, you know. Could be word of mouth, could be the Bible, but basically it's not something you have experience of. So something, say, in the Bible got re-edited in 1480, something like that. Oh, well, you know, you believe that because it's all under the aegis of the Bible. But at any rate, my point is that belief is not knowledge. Knowledge is knowing. Knowing comes from experience. Belief comes from believing what someone told you. So when it comes to knowledge, so you can take any, well, take something like paranormal events, UFOs, things like that. People can have a sort of a, opinion-based opinion on those topics. They may believe, and you see bumper stickers that say, I want to believe. Pictures of a UFO, gray alien. It's like, I want to believe. They're not saying I do believe, they're saying I want to believe. So, with those sorts of things, what happens when you actually see one? Well, then you have experience. You know that something exists. Of course, with UFOs, it gets a little cloudy because now we're in this thing where it's like, well, is this a genuine extraterrestrial craft, or is it a man-made craft that's the result of reverse engineering? So, anyway, when it comes to opinions, of course, you see them everywhere, especially online. And online, it tends to be, I'm going to drop my opinion here in a comment, which serves me, or I'm going to basically use my memory bank and say that reminds me of something, and that again points to the person. So opinions are a way to draw attention to the person. That is, if you're paying any attention to them, which you shouldn't. They are not designed to do anything constructive, fix anything, understand anything, repair anything. So, for example, children, and I don't like the words rearing and raising and things like that, what we wind up with is entrenched systems, habits of dealing with children that are don't work, basically, but it's someone's opinion that they do work. So I've talked about this before, but children, are born, they are told that they need to make something out of themselves, which is basically telling them that they're nothing, that they need to get ahead, which means that they need to step on other people, and things like that. And indigenous cultures, where people and children were psychologically much more healthy, they basically learned by observation. They were in a group where their parents, their siblings, their grandparents, other members were all there, all together. It was a very happy, healthy way to live, unlike the way we live, where everyone is, in a sense, in separation from each other. So, with this idea that we know what we're doing with children is simply making the failure mode continue. Hold on. So anyway, I'm almost at the end of the trail here. So I would close by saying that opinions are not necessary. They are self-defeating. They do not help you. They do not help other people. And hold on. Because what opinions are, they are completely 100% self-serving, even if you are in a group with other people with, supposedly similar opinions. But of course, any group of people it could be a Christian group or a political group. When you separate them and interview them, none of them believe the same things anyway. So that's a load of BS also. So anyway, what happens when you abandon your beliefs? Well, you become a lot more practical and you see things as they are. And when you're not caught up in flogging people with your opinions, advertising yourself, promoting yourself, then what happens is you have now given yourself room to actually help, fix, nurture other people. So there's not too much of this going on. For example, I've talked about, the alcoholic ministries around here that take in alcoholics and things, and it's like they don't really take very good care of them. They feed them junk food. They kind of have them a prisoner because they're not allowed to leave the properties. They have to get preached at regularly. So in a sense, it's sort of a cult, and the tactics that they use, methods that they use to try to help these people, they don't work. They're filling them full of beliefs, opinions, basically. And, well, that's another interesting idea. It's like, is an opinion and a belief really the same thing? And really they are. So even people with, religious faith, they call it faith, but in a sense it's also an opinion that's been gathered from multiple sources over time. So that's in a sense a sort of a snobbery, kind of like an antique collector. It's like, well, this is my opinion, my belief, and it's more valid than yours because it's 2,000 years old or more. But anyway, all those belief systems that we have in our culture, they all basically come from Greek and Hebrew sources. That's where they originate from. So the Hebrew stuff goes back before Christ, and and the Greek stuff is a different ball of wax altogether. So anyway, I'll leave it there, and I guess I could ask you to leave your comments and opinions, but at this point, or tug at your memory bank, but at this point, it's probably not necessary to do that unless you are ready and willing, or you already have abandoned your opinions and want to talk about that.